Hi, I'm Anna, and welcome to this Sompo Deep Cut. Today, we're looking at something every diploma student encounters, whether you're in D1, D3, D4, or D5. And I call them the seven silent killers of diploma essays. These are patterns that quietly cost marks, not because the content is wrong, but because the thinking isn't structured clearly enough for the examiner. So let's get straight into it. Silent killer 1: generic climate or context statements. Across diploma units, students write things like, the region has warm summers, or sparkling wines require careful handling, and then stop there. Examiners don't reward that. What they're looking for is the chain, the factor, the consequence, and the impact on style or quality. For example, warm summers lead to faster sugar accumulation, which results in riper fruit profiles and a fuller bodied wine. A strong diurnal range slows down ripening, helps retain acidity, and brings tension to the style. In sparkling winemaking, handling decisions affect how much oxygen the juice sees, and that directly shapes aroma and flavor. If you don't give that progression, the point isn't complete. Silent killer 2: listing instead of explaining. Diploma essays aren't rewarded for listing soils, clones, processes, or equipment. Explanation is the real currency. Granite soils mean nothing unless you clarify that low fertility restricts vine vigor, which produces smaller berries with more concentration, ultimately shaping the wine's structure and style. Traditional method means nothing unless you connect yeast autolysis to texture, complexity, and quality level. Lists feel safe, examiners skip them. Silent killer 3: no link between the factor, the style, and the quality. The chain must always close. Old wines produce lower yields is a fact, but it's not an answer. Lower yields create higher skin to juice ratio, which increases intensity and supports higher quality and ageability. In fortified wines, timing of spirit addition affects the balance between sugar and alcohol, which determines the final style. Every environmental or production point needs to end in a stylistic or quality consequence. Otherwise, it's unfinished thinking. Silent killer 4: overloading with regional detail. Students often drown essays in appellations, producers, or history. Diploma markers don't want volume, they want relevance. Use regional data only when it proves your argument about style, quality, or process. The details are seasoning, not the meal. Silent killer 5: weak introductions and weak conclusions. Introductions don't restate the question or list your sections. They need to set the purpose clearly. For example, this essay will explain how climate, soil, topography, and viticulture drive the contrasting wine styles of X and Y. Direct, focused, calm. And conclusions: one sentence, a synthesis, not a recap. This applies across all units. Silent killer 6: forgetting business logic when the question requires it. Many diploma essays, especially in D3, D4, and fortifieds, require a link to cost, efficiency, market tier, or consumer expectation. Students avoid this because it feels less technical, but it's part of the rubric. For example, hand harvesting raises labor costs, so it's only justifiable in premium tiers where the quality benefits outweigh the expense. This thinking often separates a merit from a distinction. Silent killer 7: poor time management and incorrect weighting. This quietly destroys otherwise strong essays. If a question is weighted 60-40, your depth must reflect that. 60% of your explanation goes to the first part and 40 to the second. Diploma exams reward disciplined, time managed structure, not enthusiasm and not storytelling. These seven silent killers show up across every diploma unit, D1 through D5. And they're often the reason strong candidates fall short, not from lack of knowledge, but from lack of clear, structured cause and effect explanation. If you can avoid even a few of these, your essays will shift immediately. If there's a deep cut you want me to cover next, climate, altitude, blending, eels, sparkling processes, fortified logic, send me a note. And thank you for listening.